cells to tissues, tissues to organs, and organs to the entire human body. I think you are clear by seeing the slide and by listening to my words which chapter or which topic we are going to discuss today. In our human body, there are some organs. Every organ performs a particular function. Heart performs its function. Kidney performs its role, its function. That means for every organ, particular function is assigned by the nature. So they do their work. Kidney can't do the work of heart, or the heart is unable to do the work of kidney. Kidney has to do its work. Like that, in organic chemistry, though we have millions of carbon compounds, but still there are some groups, they perform a particular function, and they are called as what? Functional groups. That means by seeing that group, we will come to know that this organic compound belongs to this family. So I welcome you all for the today's session on functional groups in the organic chemistry. Organic compounds are classified by the presence of characteristic functional groups. I told you, it is a characteristic property of that organic compound. If that group is there in some 10 compounds, all the 10 belongs to that family and they will perform that function only. And they are called as what? Functional groups. Then what is functional group? A functional group is defined as an atom or a group of atoms that effectively determines the chemical properties of an organic compound. So it may be a single atom, functional group, or it is a group of atoms. But remember, whether it is a single atom or a group of atoms, it will perform a particular function. That's why he says effectively determines the chemical properties. It tells about the chemical properties, it tells about the chemical behavior, it tells about the chemical approach of an organic compound. So by seeing that one, we can tell aramsi that this behaves like this. Okay, now we will discuss not all functional groups, we discuss only some functional groups. Okay, right. Common functional groups. Whenever you find in an organic compound, all the bonds are single. Every bond is single bond. It is taken as alkane. See, straight away. And hydrogen. Carbon chain should contain single bond. And other attachments are hydrogen. It's a hydrocarbon. Which hydrocarbon? Alkane. And by chance, in a carbon chain, if you find at least one double bond and other hydrogen atoms, then it comes under the alkene straight away. If in the chain, here today we are discussing simple common functional groups. Okay, we don't go for combination of the double triple or triple many times, double many times, or double many times or triple many times. We will not go to, let us go from simple to the complex. Okay, so in a carbon chain, if you find somewhere one double bond, straight away we will say it is a alkene family. When it is mixture is there, we will go for some other rules afterwards. Okay, in the later stage. By chance, if you find a triple bond in a carbon chain with hydrogen attachments, then it is called alkyne family. It will perform the function of alkynes. Now in the carbon chain, either at the end or as a side chain, if you find one halogen, either chlorine or bromine or iodine or fluorine or astatine, then they are called as what? Haloalkanes. All are single bond. One hydrogen is replaced by the one halogen and they come under the haloalkanes. CH3Cl, halomethane, chloromethane. So we'll discuss examples later. Now time being I am quoting one simple example. So in the hydrocarbon, in the carbon chain, if all single bonds are there, somewhere one hydrogen atom is replaced by halogen, it comes under the haloalkane family. Now, by chance, if you find NH2 group, carbon chain is there. Okay, NH2 group is there. They belongs to amine family. Okay. Now, if you find C triple bond N cyanide, and they are called as what? Nitrile compounds. Organic compounds belongs to nitrile family. CH3, CH3, CH2, CN is called as ethyl nitrile, like that. Okay. So in the carbon chain, if you find C triple bond N cyanide group, that is called as what? Nitrile family. And if the carbon chain contains at the end or in as a side chain OH group, they are called as what? Alcohols. Alright. So carbon chain should contain the two open chain, not closed. Okay. Then if you find OH group, it is called as what? Alcohols. By chance, if you find OH group on the ring, especially benzene onwards, they come under the separate category known as phenols. Okay. So we don't take phenols now, but I am saying one example where phenols also contain OH. What are phenols? Difference between phenols and the alcohols are both contain OH. But in the case of phenol, OH is there on the benzene, whereas here in the case of alcohol, OH is there in the side chain. There are examples for the aromatic alcohols, but there we find OH group attached to the side chain, not directly on the benzene. If OH group is there directly on the benzene, they come under the phenol category. If you find a COC bond, O between the two carbon, they fall under the category ether. Ethers are very important class of organic compounds. Ethers are used as anesthesia. Ethers are used for the artificial ripening of the fruits. So many uses are there. In the higher class we learn. So if O is there in between two carbon, they come under the ether family. Now, by chance, if you find CHO, where C double bond O, here attachment, and this is a carbon chain, then this is called what? Aldehyde. I think this you have learnt in the 10th class. Simple example for first four aldehydes you learnt, where acetaldehyde, ethanaldehyde, CH3, CHO, like that. Okay. So we discuss the examples later. Now I am reminding from the 10th class. If you find a CHO group, they come under the aldehydic family. If it is C double bond O is there with one hydrogen with some carbon chain, it is aldehyde. By chance, if the same C double bond O is there between the two methyl groups, okay, or two carbon, they come under the category ketone. They call it what? Ketone. If C double bond O is there with a carbon chain, but here if one OH is there, they come under the carboxylic acid family, COOH family. If C double bond O is with OR, ester family. C double bond O with Cl, acyl chloride. C double bond O with NH2, amide family. And if NO2 group is there, they come under the family nitro compounds. There are many nitrobenzene are there. So many compounds are there. They come under the nitro family. And if this S double bond O with this OH, there is HSO3. This is called HSO3, where this H can be removed easily. So if the any group or any compound which gives H easily, they are called as acids according to the Arrhenius theory. In the same way, if you find such group, this group in short called as what? HSO3. If that group is there in the carbon chain, they come under the sulfonic acid family. So depend upon the group, they perform a particular function, and we name them as they belong to a particular family: amine family, ester family, carboxylic acid family, aldehyde family, ketone family. Okay, so like that, haloalkanes are there, nitriles are there, alcohols are there, phenols are there. So all these are families which are determined by seeing the group which will perform a particular function. So today we learnt what? Today we learnt what is meant by a functional group and how many examples are there, some common examples. So in the higher class we learn many more complex functional groups. Now in the 11th and 12th, we learn only some common functional groups. So with this introduction, we go to the naming afterwards. Okay. So till then, have a nice time and thank you for being with me for today's session on functional group.